like I will in the next one, I usually give it an enabled property because it is the act of setting the enabled property on one of my XAML tags using this behavior that will trigger the code that I'm about to show you. So you define a property using standard dependency property registration techniques. Has anybody ever written custom controls or done anything with registering dependency properties in XAML? This is the same kind of code. So you know when you're doing dependency properties in a custom control, you register the dependency property using this syntax. You give it a name of that registration. The industry accepted convention is the name of the property with the word property after it. And here I'm telling it I'm going to register a property called enabled, which is a Boolean type property, and I'm going to call that registration enabled property. And it's going to belong to the NSC behavior. And then this is the extra metadata telling me it's going to have a default value of false. Now, this is a change handler, and it's important because what happens is that when we attach this behavior to the XAML tag, as soon as we set that property, it triggers the change handler for that property. So this method here is what's going to get called. And it's in this method that I want to put my magic. So in this method, I have access to the actual framework element. It comes in as a dependency object. So whatever framework element I attach this behavior to, that comes in here in D. And all I got to do is cast it properly. In my case, I just cast it to a framework element. Because what I really want to do is that I want to add some behavior, that's why it's called that, I want to add some behavior when that text box loses focus. I'm going to be attaching this behavior to a text box, and what I want to do is that I want to trigger this code when the text box loses focus. So what I do while the behavior is attached, while the enable property is set, is simply tap into the lost focus event of the control.